All right, what's going on there, fellas? 3 posts in a week. We're back on top. I've been doing a absolutely terrible job documenting my training for the 880, but I have been training hard, which is why I haven't been documenting it. I've just been tired as shit and have not been really keen to grab the camera. Just trying to get in good, hard sessions. So far, so good. Interesting little chat with a fellow on Instagram about my thoughts on deadlifting for bodybuilding specific goals. Probably going to make a video on that tomorrow so we can go over it. But what I wanted to talk about in today's video was just talking about like how far to push assistance movements. I was rewatching an old Sika strength video where they were talking about like whether you needed to progress your abdominal training. And the big point was if it's deficient, progressing it will yield you returns. But if it's kind of up to snuff, getting it even stronger won't really translate anymore. So good enough is good enough. And we should just maintain at good enough and free up resources to kind of focus on things that are more relevant if we're at that point of quote unquote good enough. Now, when I was younger, I tried to be as strong as I could on every single assistance movement, and I think that served me well. Maybe sometimes kind of running away with my form while trying to beat the logbook. I also forgot to film this 7:15 for 4, which was a little rep PR for me. Very happy with that. Definitely so far so good this training cycle. I really do believe that trying to be the strongest guy on every single assistance movement, I want to have the heaviest dumbbell bench, I want to have the heaviest tricep extension, yada, 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 did build a very well-rounded base of physicality. And it definitely was part of how I avoided like hyper-specificity early in my training, is I wanted to be the big, strong guy on every single movement. Sometimes, yeah, I let my form get away from me to truly number chase the logbook, but doing periodic resets helped keep that intact. But as I've gotten stronger, things have gotten more and more taxing, and I've found myself gradually gravitating towards that good enough is good enough, and I've run through enough training cycles and gathered enough data to have really ballpark numbers on core assistance movements that I find myself coming back to of like, okay, well, that was good enough for the 855. I probably need to be able to push that number to around abouts this to be able to be good for 880. And then if I'm already at good enough on a certain assistance movement, I'll back off of that and use that extra training economy to either work on a different kind of area of physicality that's lagging behind the level I needed to get it to, or if all of my general kind of areas of physicality, right? Dorky way of saying, but like, okay, my posterior chain strong, upper back strong, core strong, legs are strong, kind of all my indicator lifts are already at the level I suspect they would need to be for the 880, then more of my training starts getting dumped into just specific deadlift training, rather than continuing to push and really empty the tank to get XYZ set of stiff legs. Stiff legs are always a part of my plan, XYZ set of rows or XYZ set of pull-ups, and push past where I need to. I'd rather save that energy because I'm training for a specific result, not just trying to be big and strong at everything. I can probably get a little bit more onto my deadlift by taking that good enough approach. I think in the off season, just trying to be the big strong guy that does the big back extensions and the big RDLs and the big rows and the big pull-ups very much has a time and place, but also learning that skill to identify that data of like, where does this need to be? And then once I'm there, cool, that means I can allocate more of my limited time and recovery capabilities into maybe doing an extra heavy set or two of deadlifts a week, right? By pulling back those other things, I can stoke that result a little bit better. So that's what I kind of wanted to chat about, something I've been thinking about. So far, so good. Training is going well. I would be really, really happy to get the 880 before year's end, and I do think it's within the realm of possibility. It's pretty closely mirrored what the Sika guys talked about, which is, hey, if your core's way ahead of the game, maybe we should switch over to maintenance rather than continuing to like logbook the abs, because we're already quite sturdy through the abs. If you found, okay, my abs were strong enough for this lift and we want to make a big push in our compound strength, okay, maybe we need to end next block just a little ahead of this one. This was good enough for 200 kilos, needs to maybe be a little bit better for the 210 I want to do, hypothetically. Or if you're like, okay, well, on my 200, my abs felt flimsy, we need to plan to make substantial increases, right? We want to end at a significant improvement to our planks or to our sit-ups or to our leg raises or whatever the hell we're doing. So that's all I got for you today. Forgot to film a couple of sets. I at least got one set of everything for the session, I believe. So at least I got that done. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Trying to grow the channel and whatnot. I'm trying to get back on top of doing like single topic videos, right? I'm going to talk about like deadlifting for bodybuilding utility. The video I did the other day on those passing thoughts I had about RP style training. So, given that I'm going to be grabbing a camera and just giving my thoughts on some lifting related shit a little bit more often, if you have something you'd like me to just share my opinion on, nothing's a definitive end all answer. Just been doing this for a long time, so I've got some thoughts on a lot of things. If you'd like to hear my thoughts on something, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to get around to it.